Surprise, traders! How are we doing, guys? God bless each and every single one of you guys. Hope you're having a stand-up freaking day, man. Gonna make this short and sweet for all of you beautiful people and all of you silly chickens. Welcome into the freaking video. We're going to cover AMC today and a little bit of the broader market. But looking at AMC today, you saw a little bit of a bull trap. Now, I know that's not what we want to hear. And I know that it is not permanent, right? There's a very real opportunity in which you test this RSI band on the 4-hour chart, guys. You reverse here and you break up, right? Because you've now tested 296 and 295 3 times. You've knocked at the door, and there is the opportunity that this becomes a triple top, right? Nobody wants to see that, but it is a possibility. For my opinion, right, the more you test 276, we knew it was going to be a stark area of resistance. The more you test it, the more likely it is you're going to break. But looking at the local time frames here, you've broken down from this uptrend, guys. So a little bit of a bear or a bull trap here, as you saw a monster wick to start the day, right? I think you were up about 4%. Going into that 276 test, and then you wicked all the way back down and closed your daily candle at the low. So you know our thesis, right? Our thesis has always been you are bullish on AMC, but if you close at the lows, you're going lower. And even though you're testing now that 260 area of liquidity, which is that right shoulder here, which would be a very interesting area to respond, as well as this local high here. So you could find a potential reversal at that 260 area. So if you do hold that, guys, if you hold that, traders, there is the opportunity to potentially find this wick higher and reverse, right? That is your best case scenario. You could see here during the last run, you use the 4-hour RSI band as an area to find support. Right, you have an opportunity to do that again, and if you don't, right, you're gonna cross down on your daily RSI band, and we do not want that, right? Because every cross down on the daily RSI band has led to continued downside pressure, right, or at least consolidation. So the freaking stock looks set up here, right? Regardless of the day. I know we say every single time you see this kind of shooting star candlestick, you usually see reversals, which is hilarious on AMC. You had one here, 11%. You had one here, 12%. You had one here, 35%. You had one here, over 50%. You had one here. You had one here. That is a textbook shooting star right at the top of the range. And so that's where I'm starting to think you may actually see this thing spill over to go into a more macro consolidation or a more macro falling wedge, right? So I know it's a joke oftentimes, the falling wedge within the falling wedge, but if you do not respond tomorrow or Friday, guys, it's likely, in my opinion, that you kind of slide down on AMC. Seeing a little bit of a consolidation going into what would be 2 areas, right? This downsloping support that was your previous all-time resistance on AMC, or your previous uptrend that you found insane rallies off of, right? 100%. This one was 139%, and then this one so far has been almost 100% as well. If you slide into that trend line, guys, we're going to be bullish. There's no reason not to be. And you did print your second day in a row of lowering volume. So we're watching that on the daily time frame, that your volume, even though you saw a rejection here, was actually less than this impulse candle to the upside. So best case scenario here, this is more consolidation, right? Have a little bit of a megaphone pattern building. I did not see that actually until now. Little bit, guys, a little bit of a megaphone, bullish megaphone pattern happening here. So at the worst case scenario, right? Maybe not the worst, but a case scenario is you come down here to this 258 territory, bounce off of this wick and this candle close, and then your technical pattern here would be a rippy all the way back up to the range at 276. And if you did something like this, guys, takes you where else, right? Directly into your freaking 296 territory, which is hilarious how that is technically confluent. I would look for something like that if this downsloping support holds, right? That would be the bear trap of all bear traps. You do have a little bit of hidden bullish divergence here on the 1 hour, in which you've made a lower low on the RSI, but an equal low on price. So I'm watching for that. That does look all right. I'm kind of just improving right now, but you have a bullish megaphone pattern here. Even though you've lost this uptrend, there is the possibility to bounce around that 260, 258 territory. So watch for that tomorrow and Thursday, guys. The daily time frame, we know the freaking mission, guys. Hold your daily RSI band and you remain bullish. The weekly time frame, close green, right? Your open was right around that 254 territory. So as long as you close green, traders, you remain bullish on the longer term. And to be honest, guys, you have currently an inverted bullish hammer candle. Last time you had that was these two candles, and it was during your rip. So yeah, you had pretty much the exact same thing here, same candle here. So AMC has done it quite frequently. I would say the only negative thing here is that you've lost this uptrend. So depending on what happens tomorrow, guys, it'll be a lot easier to see whether or not you're going to continue to slide down here into this uptrend, or whether or not you're going to reverse here after touching that 258 territory. So I think that's what we got for AMC on the channel update today, guys. Let's see. IWM seeing a little bit of an inverted bullish hammer candle and testing the 9-day EMA. So you're seeing an uptrend here above your gap fill, kind of bearish in my opinion, right? You have this more local time frame bear flag that could potentially lead you to the downside, right? That profit target takes you directly into that 292 area, but I do believe you would bounce somewhere around this cluster of support, right? This gap fill at 296 or this 50-day EMA at 295, right? I think it's highly likely that you find a bounce there and then make another all-time high, which would mark your AMC bottom like it almost always has. So that's kind of what we're watching for IWM. A little bit of a topping structure here, right? Shoulder, head, and a weak right shoulder. So if that does play out, of course, there's more of an opportunity there to the downside. Right? That would suck. 290, we'll call it. So we'll watch for that as well, guys. I think that's all I got for the update today in the channel, guys. AMC still remains bullish, but you need to hold where you are, guys. Close bullish for the week, and we'll go over that once it comes, right? So make sure to slap the freaking subscribe button, hit the like button on the way out, guys. God bless you and your families. And remember, traders, the best is still yet to come. Much love and peace.